Hey Huskies, I'm Miguel and you're watching your Socially Distanced Hills Report.
I'm Ryan and we're here once again to give you your brief news and announcements.
Huskies, this is a vital time to take a look at the Career Center. Information on dual enrollment classes with Chafee this summer or fall, attending community college, or info on what a military career can offer will all be found on the Career Center webpage.
Reminder, ROP fall class registration is open. If you're a junior interested in becoming a registered dental assistant, then ROP has the program for you. The RDA programs begin in the fall, and classes also include law enforcement, firefighting, dance, cabinet making, and many more. Visit the Career Center for these and other exciting ROP classes. I don't know about you guys, but these finals and AP tests are starting to scare me.
Maybe you have a testing phobia.
Is that a thing?
I mean, there are so many crazy phobias. Well, in this segment, we're going to discover some new ones.
I went on the internet to find some more interesting new phobias for you, and I found you 6, so let's get started. Cyberphobia, a fear of working with computers. People who have cyberphobia are afraid or not able to learn new technologies. It is a type of specific phobia, and it was first used in 1985.
So is it any wonder people are afraid of technology?
Technology!
Barophobia, the fear of gravity or the fear of falling. Most frequently, it is associated with the idea of falling from high places, and so may be easily confused with acrophobia, the fear of heights. Ataxophobia, fear of disorder and untidiness. This condition is not restricted to being a cleanliness freak alone, but can instigate a horrifying panic attack in people when they encounter instances such as food fights or muddy games or messy closets. People who have this phobia are usually not pleased with the work of anybody else but themselves and end up redoing it themselves. They tend to keep cleaning or scrubbing and organizing until they attain an internal sense of satisfaction. Botanophobia, fear of plants. This is an abnormal and persistent fear of plants often caused by a negative past experience. Sufferers from botanophobia experience undue anxiety about encountering or being surrounded by plants. This phobia can become quite irrational if left untreated. Geniophobia, fear of knees. Geniophobia causes a persistent and unreasonable fear of knees, or of injuring the knees. People may view the knees as repulsive or as overly vulnerable to injury. For some people, even thinking about knees can cause distress and anxiety. In some cases, people who have genophobia know their fear is disproportionate with reality. Hydrophobia, fear of water. This is an irrational fear of something that doesn't cause much danger. You may have aquaphobia if you find that any source of water causes you an excessive amount of anxiety. This can include a swimming pool, a lake, an ocean, or even a bathtub. Thanks for watching the phobias video. More phobias coming soon.
Wow, you can pretty much have a phobia of anything, huh?
Seems like it. Well, Huskies, if testing is starting to freak you out, remember, your mental health and safety are your priority.
Yes, and to avoid quarantining during this testing season, make sure you keep your mask on always.
Hey Huskies, I'm Yusuf Alawadi, and today we're going to be talking about the important facts about wearing your mask, which I forgot to do that right now. So let me put it on. And let's get started, Huskies. Fact number 1. Face masks can help prevent the spread of COVID-19. One of the most basic and important face mask facts is that they can prevent the spread of the respiratory droplets that transmit COVID-19. With the overall amount of droplets in the air reduced, and thus less of the virus in the environment, It reduces the risk of COVID-19 being spread. There are also misconceptions that only certain types of masks work, such as an N95 mask. While it's true that not all face masks are created equal, there are plenty of effective masks. Just be sure to follow CDC suggested tips for selecting and wearing face coverings. Really important. Fact number 2. Wearing a mask doesn't harm kids' health. Our health is at top of mind more than ever, and some people are concerned that carbon dioxide will build up in masks and make them sick or prevent proper breathing. Fortunately, this is just another myth about face masks. Proper face masks are both breathable and protective, and the carbon dioxide molecules we breathe out are so minuscule that they pass through the mask. Many healthcare workers wear masks daily for extended periods of time, experiencing no effect on their health or breathing. Fact number 3. Social distancing is still necessary while wearing masks. Unfortunately, there is no one solution to COVID-19 protection. And while masks do help slow the spread of the virus, they are not perfect. Some droplets can still pass through a mask, especially if it isn't worn properly. The best way to protect against the virus is to wear a mask and maintain a 6 feet distance from others. We're doing really good with that, guys. We can do it. Fact number 4. It's worth having kids wear masks. It can be difficult for children, especially younger children, to understand the importance of wearing a face mask. They may find the new experience strange or uncomfortable and resist wearing a mask, creating an uphill battle for parents. However, children over the age of 2 should wear face coverings around others, both for their protection and the protection of others. Just like adults, children need time to get used to this new way of life. But resources with helpful tips and tricks for children's masks can help. Children, stay safe. Fact number 5. Cloth face masks are effective. They create a barrier between your mouth and nose and those around you. This makes it more difficult for the droplets that spread coronavirus through coughs, sneezes, and talking to reach other people. Fact number 6. Some people have suggested that carbon dioxide from exhaling gets trapped under the cloth and can make you sick. This isn't true. Properly fitted masks offer adequate airflow while still covering your nose and mouth. This makes the accumulation of carbon dioxide impossible. However, people with breathing problems, children under age 2, and those who can't remove the mask without assistance should not wear one. Fact number 7. If you had a coronavirus before or had an antibody test come up positive, you may believe that you don't need to wear a mask. Unfortunately, at this time, there is no way to know whenever having coronavirus once provides immunity from the virus again or how long that your immunity might last. This means that you could potentially catch the disease again and spread it to others. Everyone should wear a cloth mask when in public unless they have breathing problems, are under age 2, or can't remove the mask without assistance. Fact number 8. Cloth masks may reduce your risk of getting infected, but there haven't been enough studies on them in real-world settings to know for sure whenever they protect the wearer from being infected with the coronavirus. The National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine reports what's more likely is that cloth face coverings help prevent an infected wearer from spreading disease to others. by minimizing the disappearance of respiratory droplets via talking, coughing, and sneezing. So, yeah. Fact number 9. If you are a designated caregiver for someone who has the flu and are at high risk or serious complications from the flu, you may want to wear a face mask because a face mask will restrict the flow of air a face mask. Such should not be used by people who already have difficulty breathing due to an existing medical condition such as asthma or emphysema. For the final fact has used about masks. Masks can collect germs, so it's important to wash them after each use. The CDC advises if you're using a washing machine, regular laundry detergent, and warm water, work just fine. To wash your mask by hand, mix up a solution of bleach and water. 4 teaspoons of household bleach per 1 quart of room temperature water, and soak your mask for 5 minutes before rinsing it with cool or room temperature water. And that's it, Huskies. Thanks for watching an important facts video about wearing your mask. And I will see you guys later, and I hope you guys stay safe.
This is a good reminder of why it's so important we wear our masks. Now let's transition into our interview with Mr. Watkins.
Hello, my name is Mr. Watkins. I teach ROP, CTE, sports medicine.
What interested you in sports medicine?
I was an athlete in high school, and I really enjoyed the medical field as well, so I blended the two together. I teach sports medicine. I've also taught medical terminology and first responder.
How did you get into sports medicine?
I had a great mentor when I was in high school. I took sports medicine as a junior. He's still a friend to this day, John Rentar, out in Temecula. I still go to him if I have any questions, but there has been quite a bit throughout the years of kind of mentored me and made me the teacher I am today.
Do you have any cool stories that you are willing to share?
Sure, yeah. We, as an athletic trainer, we deal with a lot of blood, and no matter how hard we try, we might still get a little blood on us. I was at a wrestling tournament, and there was blood coming from an athlete's nose, and I took a nose plug and I stuck it up, and he popped it out, and then as he popped it out, he sneezed at the same time, and no matter how hard I tried, blood just kind of covered me a little bit. And I kind of looked at him and said, "Is everything going to be okay?" And he said, "Yeah." So yeah, that was probably the craziest thing that ever happened to me.
So how are you liking Chino Hills?
Thanks, Mr. Watkins, for making that segment possible.
Yes, thank you. We would like to give a shout out to those people who put together a great deal of the segments.
This highlight is for the digital team who put in maximum effort each week to keep the Hills Report going through a difficult time that we are all facing. Thank you for always stepping up each week to keep students, parents, and staff informed. I would also like to thank every digital student in the digital class that put together some neat and fun segments that went alongside our announcements. Thanks for always working so hard for all the students, parents, and staff at Chino Hills High School. You are loved and greatly appreciated. In this photo, we have the students who either always put in a segment every week, always had a positive personality and always lent a helping hand, would put in hours a day putting it all together, or making scripts for the hosts to read off of and put the magic together. Seriously, thank you for all of your hard work.
Alright, Huskies, we've come to a close on today's episode.
Breaking news! We're going to be discussing the scores for this week's sports. Varsity baseball went up against Upland 9-7. Varsity basketball went up against St. Lucie 68-20. Girls soccer went up against St. Lucie 2 3-0. And finally, boys soccer went up against Damien 4-0.
Last Saturday, our freshman baseball team went up against Upland and won 5-3. Last Saturday, our freshman team also went up against Upland and won 6-3.
Last Monday, boys golf went up against Damien 197 to 204. Boys volleyball team went up against Western Christian 3-0. Varsity baseball went up against Rancho Cucamonga 9-0. And finally, junior varsity girls soccer went up against Etiwanda 1-0.
Last Tuesday, our varsity boys golf went up against Etiwanda and won 189 to 206. Also last Tuesday, our varsity girls softball went up against Etiwanda and won 10-5. Last Tuesday, our varsity boys tennis went up against Damien and won 10-2. Our varsity girls golf went up against Etiwanda and won 235 to 299. And our varsity girls basketball beat Los Osos last Tuesday 48 to 38.
Last Wednesday, boys golf went up against Rancho Cucamonga 197 to 202. And varsity baseball went up against Rancho Cucamonga also 8-5. And then varsity girls golf went up against St. Lucy's 218 to 251. And these are your scores. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Quick reminder to make sure to subscribe down below and turn on your notification bell for more weekly videos. Most importantly, make sure to be safe, respectful, and responsible.
And as always, Huskies, let's stay #Husky strong.